भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। प्रभो नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I am very happy and grateful and honored to be amongst all of you today at iskcon Chicago. I offer my humble obeisances to all the devotees present here. Today I was asked by the organizers to speak on this quality of Atma Nivedanam. Atma Nivedanam means completely surrendering oneself to the Supreme Lord Krishna. The process of bhakti has 9 ways. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoh, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoh, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. Shravanam means hearing about the Lord Krishna. Kirtanam means glorifying Krishna. That kirtan can be of multiple types. You can do Nama Kirtan, Guna Kirtan, Leela Kirtan, Rupa Kirtan. Means you glorify Krishna's names, you glorify Krishna's forms, you glorify Krishna's pastimes, you glorify Krishna's qualities. All these are a part of Kirtanam. Shravana means you are hearing about the Lord. You hear about Krishna's name, form, pastimes, activities, the tattva, philosophy. That is Shravanam. Once you sufficiently equip yourself with an understanding of Krishna's philosophy and Krishna's pastimes, you cannot completely do it, but at least reasonably, if we have done some Shravanam, we will be inspired to do Kirtanam. Next step is, we are eager to glorify. After hearing the glories of the Lord, you become eager to glorify the Lord. That is Kirtanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam. Third is Smaranam. Smaranam means remembering the Lord. You meditate on the glories of the Lord. As the scriptures teach us, Smartavyah satatam Vishnor Vismartavyo na jatuchit Sarve vidhi nishedhasyar Etayoreva kinkaraha. Smartavyah satatam Vishnu, always remember Lord Vishnu. Vismartavyo na jatuchit, never forget the Lord. Sarve vidhi nishedhasyur etayoreva kinkaraha. All the vidhis and nishedhas means all the rules and regulations or prescriptions and prohibitions mentioned in the scriptures are simply servants of these two statements. What are the two statements? Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. That's the significance of Smaranam in our life. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Then fourth is Padasevanam. Padasevanam means serving the lotus feet of Krishna. Just like Lakshmi Devi does, Padasevanam. She is always massaging the lotus feet of Lord Narayana. But Padasevanam also means engaging your pada in his seva. One understanding of Padasevanam is, you do seva to his pada, you serve his lotus feet. Second understanding of Padasevanam is, you use your seva, your padam in his seva. Means engage your feet in Krishna's service. How do you engage your feet in Krishna's service? By going to the temple, by circumambulating the deity, by doing Govardhan Parikrama, by going around the Garbhagriha. So that's how you engage yourself in Krishna's service. Padasevanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Smaranam, Padasevanam. Fifth is Archanam. Archanam means worshipping the Lord. As a part of worship, you can offer Arghya, Padya, Achamaniya, flowers, fruits, many things you can offer. That's Archanam. Then next is Vandanam, offering prayers to the Lord. Heartfelt prayers to the Lord. As a part of prayers, you can glorify Krishna. You can beg forgiveness for the mistakes you have done. You can also request him something. Oh Lord, I am unable to focus in my japa. Please give me some concentration. Not that, oh Lord, I am not a multimillionaire, give me some money. That also devotees can ask sometimes if they are desperate. But a more selfless prayer would be, oh Lord, give me opportunities to serve you. Allow me to associate with your devotees. Let me hear Krishna Katha. So these are worthy prayers. And also expressing gratitude for what Krishna has already given. That's a part of our prayer. As a part of your prayer, thank Krishna. Krishna, thank you so much for allowing me to be in the association of devotees. For allowing me to come to temple. For allowing me to do so many services. You count your blessings and thank Krishna for all the blessings that you have received. That's a part of prayer. In prayer, you express gratitude, you glorify Krishna, you say sorry for all the mistakes you have done, beg forgiveness. Krishna, please forgive me, I have done all these mistakes. I will not repeat. Or you give me the strength not to repeat the same mistakes. Right? And there are some requests, desires. So these are various elements of prayer. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam. Total 6. Then 7th is Dasyam. Means rendering service to the Lord. In the mood of a servant. Then next is Sakhyam, friend. Now, seventh element says, you be a servant of the Lord. But eighth way says, you be a friend of the Lord. What is this? How can you be servant of the Lord also and friend of the Lord also? Are you in Dasya Rasa or Sakhya Rasa? Please understand, Krishna is everything for us. Tvameva mathata suhrut patih pita tvam sadgurunnaha paramam cha daivatam yasyānavrittya kritino bubhuvima. Bhagavatam says, Krishna is our father, Krishna is our mother, Krishna is our master, Krishna is our friend. Thus, considering the Lord as a master is also bona fide, considering the Lord as our dear friend is also bona fide, considering the Lord as our father is also bona fide. You can do anything. All these are bona fide. Dasyam and Sakyam are not conflicting with each other. They both are different expressions of the Lord. You need to serve the Lord in a friendly manner. In a very friendly manner, you serve the Lord. But this friendship is not necessarily being over familiar with Him. Come, we are friends, we'll eat in the same plate. No. You offer Him bhoga, wash the plate, and you eat prasadam. Don't be overly familiar, prematurely familiar. Anyways, that is Sakhyam. Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhurdam sarva bhutanam gnatva mam shanti mrichati. Krishna said in this shloka that he is suhurdam sarva bhutanam. He is the dearest friend of all living beings. Thus, Sakhyam is perfectly bona fide. He is our dear friend, dearest well-wisher. Suhrut. Suhurdam sarva bhutanam. Suhrut means friend. Sakhyam. Now the ninth element is Atma Nivedanam. That's what we are going to discuss today. Atma Nivedanam. Last. I heard that every week you are having a discussion on one of the elements, or each way is discussed in 2 weeks, right? Now this is Atma Nivedanam week. So, Atma Nivedanam means completely surrendering oneself to Krishna. Complete surrender. Faithful surrender to the Lord. That is Atma Nivedanam. Now, what does this complete surrender mean? What do you mean by complete surrender? We will discuss examples from Srimad Bhagavatam. Then it makes our understanding complete. Completely surrendering to Krishna, taking complete exclusive shelter of Krishna, that is Atma Nivedanam. This morning we were discussing. Bhakti does not mean offering something to Krishna. Flower or a garland, patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. Yes, that's a part of Bhakti. Bhakti is not just offering something to Krishna. Bhakti is offering yourself to Krishna. Bhakti is not offering something to Krishna. Bhakti is offering yourself to Krishna. And Bhakti is not desiring something from Krishna. Bhakti is desiring Krishna himself. That we discussed in the morning. So we need to offer ourselves to Krishna. What does it mean to offer oneself to Krishna? Atma Nivedanam. Whatever we have, offer it to Krishna. Whatever you have, engage it in Krishna's service. Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 27th shloka. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yajjuhoshi dadasi yat teya tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever you say, whatever you do, whatever you offer or give away, do everything to please Krishna. Ataha pumbhir dvidishrestha varnashrama vibhagashaha swanushtisasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam. Do whatever you are doing for the pleasure of Krishna, to please Krishna, as an offering to Krishna. That is Atma Nivedanam. Our scriptures also teach us, Kayena vacha manasendriyairva buddhya buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhavat karoti yajjat sakalah parasmaye Narayanaayeti samarpayami. How many of you know this shloka? Most of you, or many of you. Kayena means whatever we do with our body. Vacha, whatever we do with our words, our speech. Manasa, whatever we do with our mind or heart. Indriyaiva, whatever we do with our senses. Kayena vacha manasendriyaiva buddhyatmanava. Buddhi means intelligence. Whatever you do with your intelligence. Prakruteha svabhavat, whatever you do with your natural disposition, nature. Karota yadyat sakalam parasmaihi narayanayeti samarpayami. Offer everything to Narayana. Whatever you do with your body, mind, words, intelligence, everything you just offer it to Krishna. Senses. That is Atmanivedanam. You spoke something, speak for Krishna. You are doing something with your body, with your hands, do it for Krishna. You are thinking something, think about Krishna. You are using your intelligence to analyze something, analyze Krishna's tattva, siddhanta, philosophy of Krishna consciousness. So, whatever we do, kayena vacha manasendriyaiva, do it to please Krishna. Do it as an offering to Krishna. That is Atmanivedana. Jihve kirtaya keshavam muraripum cheto bhaja sridharam panidvandva samarchayachyuta katha shrotradvayatvam shrunum krishnam lokaya lochana dvaya harer gacchang yugmalayam jigharagrana mukunda pada tulasi murdhanna madhokshajam. Jihve kirtaya keshavam. With your jihva, with your tongue, glorify Krishna. Are you writing, kids? With your tongue, you should glorify Krishna. Jihve kirtaya keshavam. Muraripum cheto bhaja. With your mind, you think of Lord Murari, Krishna. Jihve kirtaya keshavam muraripum cheto bhaja. Sridharam panidvandva samarchaya. With your two hands, you nicely worship Lord Sridhara, Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. Achyuta kathaha shrotradvayatvam shrunu. With your two ears, you hear about Krishna. Krishnam lokaya lochana dvaya harer. With your two eyes, you look at the beautiful form of Kishore, Kishori, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Gaur Nitai, Sitaram, Lakshman. Look at them. That's how you surrender your eyes to Krishna. How do you surrender your ears to Krishna? By hearing about Him. How do you surrender your mind to Krishna? By thinking about Him. How do you surrender your hands to Krishna? By serving Him. By making this garland for Krishna. Panidvandva samarchayachyuta kathaha shrotratva dvayatvam shrunum krishnam lokaya lochana dvaya harer gacchangri yugmalayam. How do you surrender your legs to Krishna? By walking to Krishna's alaya, temple. Jighra ghrana mukunda pada tulasi murdhanna madhokshajam. How do you surrender your nose to Krishna? Surrendering nose. How do you do that? Use your nose to smell the tulsi leaves offered to Krishna, the flowers offered to Krishna. That's how you surrender your nose to Krishna. Basically utilize all your senses in Krishna's service. Murdhanna madhokshajam. How do you surrender your head to Krishna? Bow down in front of Krishna. To continue the discussion, Yat Krishna pranipata dhuli dhavalam tadvarshma tadvaishirah tenetre tamasojite suruchire yabhyam harir drishyate sa buddhir vimalendu shankha dhavala ya madhavadhyayini sa jihvamrita varshini pratipadam ya stauti narayanam. Yat Krishna pranipada dhuli dhavalam tadvarshma tadvaishirah. When you offer obeisances to Krishna, did you ever go to Vrindavan? How many of you went to Vrindavan here in this big assembly? Okay. Did you offer obeisances to Krishna in Vrindavan or Giriraj Govardhan in Vrindavan? On bare land without a red carpet? then did the dust, did that vrajadhuli touch your head? Not whole body. When you get up and then you do like this. Right? So, when the dust at Krishna's lotus feet touches our head, and by the touch of dust at Krishna's lotus feet, when our head becomes whitish, then that's our best head. The best head is that which bows down in front of Krishna and becomes whitish by the touch of Krishna's dust. How many of you have a best head? Huh? Did your head become little dusty by the touch of Vrajadhuli anytime when you bow down? You have the best head. Best head is not that head that is decorated with a big crown. You may think there is a very nice golden crown, jewel-bedecked crown with some feathers there, and the crown is like 3 floors tall above the head. It's 3 times bigger than the head. That's the best head. No, that's not the best head. Best head is that which carries the dust of Krishna's lotus feet on the head when you bow down. Yat Krishna pranipata dhuli dhavalam tadvarshma tadvaishira te netre tamaso jhite suruchire yabhyam harir drishyate. Let's see. How many of you have best eyes? The best eyes are those that transcend the darkness of this material world by seeing the beautiful, effulgent form of Radha Krishna. How many of you have taken darshan of Krishna? Few minutes back we have taken darshan. You have the best eyes. Best eyes are not those that look so beautiful, so young, with nicely decorated with kajal, etc. They are not the best eyes. The best eyes are those that see Krishna's beautiful form. The real decoration of the eye is not that black ointment. The real decoration of a devotee's eye is the black form of Shyam Sundar. Right? That's the kajal for the eyes. I am not saying this. Namani pranayena te sukrutinam tanvanti tundotsavam dhamani prathayanti hanta jalada shyamani netranjanam samani shruti saskulim muralika jatanyalankurvate kamani vrita chetasamiha vibho nashami nashobhate. In this shloka, namani pranayena te sukritinam tanvanti tundotsavam. When you engage your tongue in chanting Krishna's name, when you allow Krishna's name to dance on your tongue, you have the best tongue. Best tongue is that which allows Krishna's name to dance on itself. Then, dhamani prathayanti hanta jalada shyamani netranjanam. The real netra anjan, the real decoration or ointment for the eye is the beautiful blackish form of Lord Shyam Sundar. Okay, let's go back to our previous shloka. Yat Krishna pranipata dhuli dhavalam tadvarshma tadvaishira te netre tamaso jhite suruchire yabhyam harir drishyate sa buddhir vimalendu shankha dhavala yamadhava dhyayini. If we have meditated on Lord Madhava's qualities, Lord Madhava's pastimes, then you have the best buddhi. Best buddhi or best intelligence is that which analyzes Krishna Siddhanta, which meditates on Krishna's beautiful qualities. Oh, how merciful Krishna is. With your intelligence you are analyzing Krishna's mercy. How do you analyze? You try to gather all the pastimes from Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures where Krishna exhibited his mercy. Tell me some pastime, some episode of Bhagavatam where Krishna showed his mercy. Yes, fast. Gajendra, wonderful. Next. Draupadi, amazing. Next. Ambarish Maharaj, next. Sudama, amazing. Next. Prahlad Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj, Putana. Now all of you are using your intelligence to recollect all the pastimes from the scriptures where Krishna exhibited his compassion, his mercy. You have the best intelligence. I am not saying this, the shloka is saying this. Sa buddhir vimalendu shankha dhavala ya madhavadhyayini. When you utilize your buddhi to meditate on Lord Madhava, then your buddhi is like a Vimalendu Shankha-dhavala. It's like a spotless moon, pure pristine white conch shell. See, the conch shell is very whitish. Our buddhi also is spotless, whitish when we meditate on Krishna. Right? Sajihvamrita-varshini pratipadam ya stauti narayanam. When you utilize your jihva, tongue, in glorifying Krishna with every word that you speak, then you have the best tongue. Best tongue is not that which can sing very well, can speak tongue twisters very fast. That's not the best tongue. Or best tongue is not that which can taste all kinds of delicacies. Best tongue is not that which can tolerate spice. When it's too much spice in the food, for some people it is nayanam galadhashru dharaya, vadanam gadgada ruddhaya gira. But for some people they can tolerate spice. Aur mirchi dalo, I can manage. Right? That's not the best tongue. Or some people, when they eat sweet, they cannot handle. But there are some people, they can drink 1 liter rabdi. That's not the best tongue. So the greatness of the tongue is not estimated by its ability to handle sweet or spice. Or sing or speak eloquently. The best tongue is that which constantly glorifies Krishna. Constantly glorifies Krishna's nama, rupa, guna, lila with every word that speaks. When we utilize our tongue in just speaking about Krishna, glorifying Krishna, chanting his names, glorifying his devotees, that's the best tongue. But that tongue which does Vaishnava Ninda, that tongue which speaks mundane gossip, materialistic subject matters, subjects of sense enjoyment, that's not the best tongue. Right? So when we utilize everything that we have, whether it is tongue or eyes or ears or nose or nostrils or hands or legs or body or mind or intelligence in Krishna's service, that is Atmanivedanam. You are surrendering everything to the Lord. That is Atmanivedanam. One of the greatest examples of Atmanivedanam is found in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bali Maharaj. Lord Vishnu took the form of Vamanadev and went to Bali Maharaj. He was the king of the demons. And at that time Bali Maharaj was doing a sacrifice. And this Vamanadev was like a small dwarf Brahmana. So this Brahmana boy, he's actually Vishnu, he went to Bali Maharaj and Bali Maharaj looked at him. Oh Brahmana boy, you have come here. Bala Brahmachari, you have come here. Thank you for sanctifying my sacrificial arena. You have made my life successful. You have made my day successful. You have made my family and entire dynasty and forefathers, all of them became pure because of your presence. Tell me, how can I serve you? What do you want? You want an island? You want to marry? You want to have some villages? You want some gold? You want some silver? You want some diamonds? Tell me, whatever you want, I will give you. But this Vamanadev simply said, I just want 3 steps of land. Just 3 steps of land, nothing more. Then Bali Maharaj said, you are a little child. You don't sound very reasonable or intelligent in asking 3 steps of land. Vamanadev said, no, I just need 3 steps of land according to the measurement of my steps. You are such a small child, your steps are so small. How can you ask for 3 steps of land? It's a shame. Bali Maharaj gave 3 steps of land to a little boy. What will people think about it? Just think about it and ask for more. And Vamanadev gave a long seminar on principles of satisfaction. Oh Bali Maharaj, if I am not satisfied with 3 steps of land, I will not be satisfied by occupying the entire universe also. So let me not be greedy. I should not be greedy. I should be satisfied with just 3 steps. Then Bali Maharaj said, okay, fine. Take whatever you want. And Bali Maharaj offered 3 steps of land. And Vamanadev expanded himself into A huge farm. Actually, when Bali Maharaj promised 3 steps of land, his Guru Shukracharya came and said, Bali Maharaj, can't you understand? This is not a Bala Brahmachari. This is not a small Brahmana boy. He is Lord Vishnu himself. He will take away all your property and give it to Indra. And you will become a beggar. You will be bankrupt. So don't offer him. Don't offer him anything that he wanted. So he said many things, but I am just keeping it concise. So Shukracharya said, don't offer anything to Lord Vishnu, Lord Vamanadev. But Bali Maharaj rejected Shukracharya's advice and offered 3 steps of land. And what did Vamanadev do? He expanded himself into such a huge form. He became Trivikrama. And with his body he occupied the entire outer space. With his 1 foot he occupied entire earth, Bhumandala. With another foot he occupied the upper planets. And he said, Bali Maharaj, you promised 3 steps of land, right? But you gave me only 2 steps. I occupied the entire universe within 2 steps. Where should I place my 3rd step? So Vamanadev challenged Bali Maharaj. Vamanadev cheated Bali Maharaj. Not only challenged, he cheated Bali Maharaj. He gave a long seminar on principles of satisfaction. He spoke against greed and he became greedy for more land. So Lord Vamanadev is cheating Bali Maharaj only to glorify him. I'll come to it soon. So when Vamanadev questioned like this, Bali Maharaj did not have an answer initially. Then Vamanadev was very strict. See, you have given me a check without sufficient bank balance and the check got bounced. So we'll send you to jail. Because of giving me a false promise, we will send you to hell. We will send you to Patal Loka. We'll arrest you. Immediately Lord Vamanadev invoked Varuna Pasha, and with Varuna Pasha he completely arrested Bali Maharaj. And as Bali Maharaj was like this, Vamanadev, he was requested by so many other associates, and Bali Maharaj finally said, Oh Lord, I will not take back my promise. Apparently it seems that I have not given you 3 steps of land, but you can place your 3rd step on my head. Now, Vamanadev occupied entire universe in 2 steps. Means with 1 step he occupied half the universe, with another step he occupied remaining half of the universe. Now Bali Maharaj's head is as big as half the universe. How big is Bali Maharaj's head? If Vamanadev's step can occupy half the universe, how can Bali Maharaj's little head suffice for Vamanadev's 3rd step? That's a question. The answer is, proprietor is always greater than the property. Till now Vamanadev only surrendered his property till now Bali Maharaj only surrendered his property to Vamanadev. Now he is surrendering himself to Vamanadev. We began our class saying that Bhakti is not just offering something to Krishna, Bhakti is offering ourselves to Krishna. When you offer something to Krishna, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, or the universe, it's not the best offering. You should offer yourself to Krishna. In fact, Vamanadev occupied the entire universe only to give Bali Maharaj an opportunity to surrender himself, to do Atmanivedanam. Vamanadev did not come to Bali Maharaj for the first 2 steps. He came for the 3rd step only. First 2 steps he occupied with absolutely no interest. I take Indra, you take this. I don't need all this. I want Bali. First 2 steps are for Indra, but 3rd step is for Vamanadev. So Vamanadev actually incarnated to show mercy on Bali Maharaj, not on Indra. Yes, he showed mercy on Indra, no doubt. He became Upendra. But more important for him, for Bali Maharaj, for Vamanadev is to show mercy on Indra. To show mercy on Bali Maharaj. To reciprocate with Bali Maharaj and to give him an opportunity to do Atmanivedanam. Complete surrender. Complete surrender. He surrendered himself. And Bali Maharaj's head is more valuable than Bali Maharaj's property. So, after Vamanadev placed his foot on Bali Maharaj's head, he subdued him to Sutala Loka. And because Bali Maharaj offered himself to Vamanadev, Vamanadev offered himself to Bali Maharaj. So bhakti is not just offering something to Krishna, it is offering yourself to Krishna. But when you offer yourself to Krishna, Krishna offers himself to you. Good deal, right? Nice deal. When you go and ask something from Krishna, then Krishna will give something. But when you offer yourself to Krishna, Krishna will give himself to you. Better deal. You should know right business with the Supreme Lord Krishna. You will get Krishna with you. Lord Vamanadev told Bali Maharaj, because you have surrendered all your property to me and yourself also to me, so I am offering myself to you as a doorkeeper. You go to Sutala Loka, I will come with you, come along with you to Sutala Loka, I will become your doorkeeper in Sutala Loka. You will constantly see me. You will experience my presence in Sutala Loka. That's how Lord Vamanadev blessed Bali Maharaj. So when we surrender ourselves to Krishna, we should not feel, actually this Atma Nivedanam, this complete surrender, full surrender is a bit little scary for some people. Why should I surrender myself to Krishna? What is this? What's the logic behind this? What does Krishna think about himself? He expects everything from us. And what is the final instruction of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Too much. Sarva dharman parityajya. Abandon all varieties of religion. And mamekam sharanam vraja. Take my shelter alone. So conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, the final ultimate instruction of Bhagavad Gita seems very unpalatable to many people. But what does Krishna actually mean when he said, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja? Complete surrender. Mam ekam, only me. Sharanam vraja. Take my shelter alone. That is complete surrender. And give up all dharmas. And Bhagavad Gita is supposed to teach us dharma, what dharma is. And here is the Dharma Murti, the teacher of dharma. Dharmam to sakshat bhagavat pranitam. This Krishna is simply saying that abandon all dharmas, give up all dharmas and surrender unto me. And there is a book written, Surrender unto me. Right? So it seems too much of a demand on Krishna's part. But let's understand. When Krishna said Sarva Dharman Parityajya, first we need to understand the meaning of dharma. For some people, dharma means a set of virtues, values, principles, ethics, morals. That is dharma for some people. For some people, dharma means duty that they are obliged to perform. For some people, dharma is varna dharma, ashrama dharma, kutumba dharma, dana dharma. In this country, your dharma while traveling on the road is to keep your car on the right side. In another country, you need to keep car on the left side. That's the dharma there. What is dharma there is not dharma here. If you follow this dharma there, that will become adharma there. They'll give you, what is the ticket? They'll give you chalan or they'll fine you, you have to pay some fine. So no, in that country I used to drive like this only. This is a different country. Rules change, traffic rules change here. So whether it is varna dharma or ashrama dharma, whether it is dharma according to your varna as brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra, brahmanas have certain dharma, kshatriyas have certain dharma, brahmacharis have certain dharma, and grihasthas have certain dharma, sannyasis have another dharma, kings have certain dharma, students have their dharma. What's your dharma? To study, to take notes. And teachers have certain dharma, they are supposed to teach. Doctors have dharma, they are supposed to treat. And patients have their dharma, to accept medicines. Right? So everybody has their own dharma according to the role they are playing. But all these dharmas are temporary. A kshatriya in this life can become brahmana in the next life. A grihastha in this life can become sannyasi in the next life. Or a human being in this life can become a bird in the next life. Or a devata in this life can become a human being in the next life. A student in this life can become a teacher in the very same life. An employee in this one company can become employee of another company after 6 months. Right? Dharma changes. You are working in one company, you are following certain rules of that company, and you change the company, change the job, a new dharma. You surrender to the rules of the new company, that is the new dharma. Duty changes, role changes, responsibility changes, privileges change, positions change. Therefore Krishna said sarva dharman parityajya, means give up all temporary dharmas and embrace your permanent dharma. What is that permanent dharma? Mamekam sharanam vraja. The permanent eternal dharma of every single soul, every single living being is to take shelter of Krishna, to love Krishna, to serve Krishna. Because jivera swarupa hai krishnera nityadas. Every jiva's swarupa, every jiva's eternal identity is to become a servant of Krishna. That's our eternal identity. Krishna says, embrace that eternal identity, follow that dharma. Give up these temporary and secondary dharmas and embrace your permanent and primary dharma. So the Krishna's focus in sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja is not on giving up dharma, it is going up in dharma. Right? Giving up dharma means abandon all duties, all obligations, all dharmas, all responsibilities. But that's not the focus there. You can still continue to do that, not a problem. But prioritize this ultimate eternal dharma of mamekam sharanam vraja. Taking sharan of Krishna, taking shelter of Krishna is the ultimate dharma of every soul. You want a proof? Go to Srimad Bhagavatam. Right in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti-rasāmṛta-sindhu ahaituki apratihatam yayatma suprasidati. The paro dharma, the supreme dharma of every single living being is to take shelter of Krishna, to serve Krishna and perform that service in these two modes, ahaituki and apratihata. Performing uninterrupted and unmotivated service to Krishna is the ultimate dharma of every single soul. And to act according to the dharma is Atmanivedana. That is complete surrender. Surrendering to Krishna is our natural quality. It's not that Atmanivedana, I dedicated myself to Krishna. And that's your natural constitutional position. You are supposed to do that only. You are meant for that only, nothing else. That's your eternal identity. Jivara swarupa hai krishnera nityadas. Our eternal identity is to be a das, a servant of Krishna. You are not doing anything drastic or sensational by doing Atmanivedanam. Atmanivedanam is the natural expression of a soul towards the Supreme Soul, Krishna. That's our natural, intrinsic, eternal identity. Our natural role. That's so natural for us. Taking shelter of Krishna is extremely natural for us. There is nothing unnatural in it. There is nothing unusual in it. So, Atmanivedanam is the intrinsic nature of every soul. Offering oneself to Krishna. We are parts of Krishna. Whether we are aware of it or not, whether we acknowledge it or not, we are amshas of Krishna. We are parts of Krishna. Our survival and our happiness completely depends on how much are we connected to Krishna. A leaf's survival depends on how much is it connected to the tree. When the leaf disconnects itself from the tree, sooner or later it will wither. You may try artificial methods to preserve it, but sooner or later, at some point of time, it has to die. Right? So, don't extend the analogy too much. In short, our survival is dependent on the Lord. That is, understanding that is Atmanivedana. Acting according to that understanding is Atmanivedana. Yatha taror moola nishechanena trupyanti tat skanda bhujopashakhaha pranopaharatha yathendriyanam tathaiva sarvarhanamachyutejyah. This is a beautiful shloka from the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Yatha taror moola nishechanena means when you have to nourish a tree, you take water and pour on the root of the tree, isn't it? Will you sprinkle water on the leaves and twigs? You may do that, but you cannot ignore the root. Without pouring a drop of water on the root, you are just sprinkling water on the leaves and twigs. How long the plant will survive? Water should go to the root. When you water the root, naturally all the limbs of the tree, the stem and the leaves and the twigs and the flowers and the fruits are nourished. So, surrendering to Krishna is like watering the root. Somebody may say, okay, I will water the root also, I will sprinkle water on the leaves also. Fine, nothing wrong in doing that. But there is a stronger analogy to communicate exclusive surrender. You know what is that? The shloka says, Pranopaharatha yathendriyanam. To nourish all the limbs of your body, your hands and legs, your eyes and nose, everything, you need to feed food to the stomach only. You cannot feed food to the hand or leg. See, you put chapati on the hand and you rub chapati like this in all directions. Will the hand get strength? You take rice on the legs and you start applying rice on the legs. Will the legs become strong? You take sambar and pour in your ears. You take gulab jamun and put in your nose. You take pizza and put in your eyes. Pasta and put on your head. Head will not become strong. By feeding food to all the other limbs of the body, they cannot eat only, they cannot chew only, they cannot taste only. So, feed the food only to the belly. Then all the limbs of the body, hands and legs and eyes and nose automatically become strong. Similarly, only when we dedicate our lives to Krishna, only when we do Atma Nivedanam, all other aspects of our life will be fulfilling and nourishing, and they will survive. Right. So Atma Nivedanam is the natural intrinsic quality of every pure soul. Only when the soul's attention is diverted towards so many material distractions, then we have to convince, hey, you are supposed to do Atma Nivedana. When the soul is covered by thick layers of ignorance and false ego, it's very difficult to penetrate through these thick layers of false ego and ignorance and communicate to the soul, my dear sir, you are a servant of Krishna, you are an amsha of Krishna. Surrendering to Krishna is in your best interest. Very difficult to communicate because ignorance is covering us. As Kunti Mata says, Maya javanika channam agna dhokshajam avyayam nalakshase mudhadrisha nato natyadharo yatha. Maya javanika channam, the curtain of Maya is covering the vision of a conditioned soul, therefore he is unable to see Krishna. He is unable to identify himself as a servant of Krishna. Bhakti means removing that curtain, removing that veil so that we can see Krishna. That requires Atma Nivedana. Dedicating everything that we have in Krishna's service. Now initially Gajendra was praying for protection from crocodile. All of you know Gajendra's story, right? Gajendra was the king of elephants. One day Gajendra entered a lake to take a bath, to drink some water. Suddenly a crocodile came and caught Gajendra. And Gajendra struggled to release himself from the crocodile for 1000 years. 1000 years. Gajendra initially thought that, this elephant initially thought that maybe this crocodile will leave me after 5 minutes, or after 10 minutes, or after 1 day, or 2 days, or 10 days. 1 month passed, crocodile did not leave. 1 year passed, crocodile did not leave. 1 decade passed, crocodile still bothering Gajendra. 1 century passed, 1000 years passed. You may think, hey, yeah, this is all imaginary story. No, it's real. Because this Gajendra episode did not happen on the earth, it happened in the upper planets. So naturally, elephants had long life in those days, in the upper planets. It's a reality. So, despite struggling to release himself for 1000 years, Gajendra could not release himself from this crocodile's jaws. And all the elephants on the shore of the ocean, they were compassionate on Gajendra, they were kind upon Gajendra, but they did not have any ability to save Gajendra. They had the intention to save him, but they had no ability to save him. So Gajendra was thinking, there must be somebody in the entire universe who has the ability and intention both to save me. And all the devatas are watching this special match between Gajendra and crocodile. Elephant and crocodile are fighting. We see wrestling matches. We see so many other kinds of matches, cricket match, hockey match, but this is different match. There is no match between these two opponents. But still, there is fight going on. And all the devatas are sitting in the upper planets, they are watching. Oh, who will win, who will win? They are watching for 1,000 years. Nobody is coming to save Gajendra. They had the ability to save Gajendra, they had no intention to save Gajendra. And all the elephant friends of Gajendra, they had the intention to save him, but no ability to save him. Only Krishna had both. Therefore, you should surrender to Krishna. Gajendra says, Madrik prapanna pashupasha vimokshadaya. Okay, half line at a time. Madrik prapanna pashupasha vimokshadaya muktaya bhuri karunaya namolayaya swamshena sarvatanubhrin manasi pratita pratyagdrishe bhagavate brihate namaste madrik prapanna pashupasha vimokshanaya. Prapanna means surrender. Oh Lord, I am a prapanna, I am a surrendered soul unto you. Gajendra said, let me surrender. Proper title is the chapter, Gajendra's prayers of surrender. Surrender is there in the chapter itself, Atma Nivedanam. Gajendra said, oh Lord, I am surrendering unto you. Madrik prapanna. Pashupasha vimokshanaya. When someone surrenders unto you, when an animal like me surrenders unto you, you will easily cut the knot of bondage. You will relieve them from their bondage. You will do vimokshan. You will liberate them from all kinds of bondage. So Gajendra has full conviction. When you surrender to Krishna, Krishna will release you from any difficulty. Why? Gajendra gives a reason. Muktaya bhuri karunaya namolayaya. Because you yourself are mukta. Say, when I am bound to a pillar of this big building, somebody tied me with a rope. Who can release me? Is it someone else who is tied to another pillar? No. Someone who is not tied, someone who is not bound only can release me from bondage. So, to release me from bandhan, they should be mukta. So, Krishna is never bound by anyone. Therefore, he can release us from bondage. Right? That's what Gajendra says. Krishna, only you have the ability to protect me, muktaya, because you are ever liberated, never bound. You have complete ability to liberate me. That is muktaya. Second is bhuri karunaya. See, somebody may have the ability to liberate you, ability to help you. They have the capacity to help you. But if they are not kind upon you, they will not liberate you. If they have no compassion, they will not release you. Somebody saw you tied to a pillar tightly with a rope, and they are seeing you, they are watching you. They are not bound, you are bound. But they don't have any kindness upon you. Even if they have the ability to release you, they will not do it. So, just having the capacity to help someone is not sufficient. They should have compassion also. So, Krishna has compassion also, capacity also. Now, third condition is alayaya. Means just having capacity and compassion is not sufficient. They should have cognizance also. Say, I am bound to a pillar with a rope. You are not bound, and you are kind also to liberate me, to release me, but you are not aware. You don't know that I am bound. You are in this corner of the room. I am in that corner of the room. You are not even aware. How will you help me? I can't cry also because there is a sticker on my mouth. Right? So, capacity, compassion, cognizance, all three are required. For someone who can deliver us, for someone to help us, save us from a danger, they need to have three qualities: capacity, compassion, and cognizance. Or in other words, ability, intention and awareness. They should have the ability. They should intend to help us. And they should be aware that we need help. If they are not aware, even if they have ability and intention, how will they help? They should be aware. So Krishna has all three qualities. Because although Krishna is sitting in Goloka, Goloka yeva nivasatya khilatma bhuto Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Even if Krishna sits in Goloka, he also is present as Paramatma, as Super Soul within the hearts of every single living being. Therefore, he is aware of everything that's happening with us. He is aware of our needs, our moods, our deeds. Therefore, he can help us. He is the only protector. Kam vadayalum sharanam rajema. Who else can protect us apart from Krishna? He can release us from bondage. He has the capacity. He can release us from distress. He is very compassionate and very kind upon us. He is naturally very merciful upon us. And he is aware of everything that's happening with us. Because he sits right within our heart. Even before we become aware of a danger, Krishna becomes aware of danger. So, Krishna knows everything about us. He is omnipresent and omniscient. Omnipotent also. Omnipresent, he is present everywhere. And he has all potencies. He can help us. He is very capable of helping us. Only thing is, surrender is lacking. Gajendra surrendered to the Lord. Immediately the Lord came. Lord immediately descended on the back of Garuda and released Gajendra from this bondage. He released Sudarshan Chakra and cut the throat of the crocodile, and all this happened within no time. Even if you struggle with a problem for 1000 years, Krishna can release you from the problem in 1 second. Our struggles are insignificant for Krishna to destroy. Only thing lacking within us is surrender. If we surrender to Krishna, Krishna will save us. If we dedicate everything to Krishna, if we are completely dependent on Krishna, Krishna will come and save us completely. There are hundreds of such cases. Draupadi Mata, she was being disrobed by Dushasan. And nobody is there to rescue her. Bhima is sitting there, he has capacity, but he is obliged, he is a slave. All the Pandavas became like slaves. Duryodhana is not giving them permission to move. And Dhritarashtra, he is the king, he has all authority, but he has no compassion. No common sense only. Forget compassion, no common sense. When his own sons are insulting a innocent lady, a chaste lady, publicly, and that fellow is sitting on the throne and watching. He is not watching also, blinded. Physically blind, mentally also blind. He is approving that to happen. Okay, Karlo. Bhishma, he is obliged, he cannot help. Drona, he cannot help. Karna, he has ability, but he cannot help. He does not help. In fact, Karna is the one who gave suggestion to Duryodhana. Do it. Disobe her. So many people were there. In the Kuru assembly, nobody came to protect Draupadi. Krishna came from Dwaraka all the way to Hastinapur in the form of a sari and protected her honor. What does it mean? When every single power in the entire creation fails to protect you, only Krishna can protect you. Krishna never fails to protect his devotee. Therefore we should surrender. Therefore Atma-nivedana makes complete sense. Who else can protect us? Only Krishna can protect us. Therefore do Atma-nivedanam. Samsarambhasi sambhrta brahmabhare gambhirata patraya grahena bhigrihita mugragatina kroshanta mantarbhayat deeptrena adya sudarshanena vibudha klantichhida karina Chinta santati ruddha muddhara hare machitta dantishwaram. Putting ourselves in the condition of Gajendra, we should helplessly seek shelter of Krishna, surrender to Krishna's will, and seek Krishna's protection. He has ability and intention and awareness. He is completely aware of whatever we need. Our needs and our moods and our deeds are completely known to Krishna, and he has the ability to save us. He has the intention to protect us. You cannot find a better master than him. Therefore, the most wise decision that we can ever make is surrender to Krishna. Atma Nivedanam is the best decision we can ever make. Chinnatsi ghoram yamapasha bandham bhinatsi bhimam bhava pasha bandham chinnatsi sarvasya samasta bandham naivatmano bhakta kritam tu bandham. You want to sing? Chinnatsi ghoram yamapasha bandham bhinatsi bhimam bhava pasha bandham chinnatsi sarvasya samasta bandham naivatmano bhakta kritam tu bandham. Chinatsi ghoram yamapasha bandham. Yamaraj is sending his yamapasha, his ropes of death. Krishna can cut them effortlessly. Krishna can save you from death. Bhinatsi bhimam bhavapasha bandham. Bhavapasha bandham means all the difficulties that we face throughout our life. At the time of death, Yamaraj is there to bind us. Throughout our life, so many distractions are there to bind us. Krishna can cut them immediately. Bhinatsi bhimam bhavapasha bandham chinnatsi sarvasya samasta bandham. Krishna has the ability to cut all bandham, all kinds of bondage. You may be caught up in the bondage of birth and death. You may be caught up in many other bondages, some financial implications, some legal implications, some health problems. There are so many ropes that are binding us. You think that nobody is binding me, but invisibly there are hundreds of ropes binding you and pulling you in 100 different directions. We are being ripped apart. One who realizes this is mature. Mature people realize it. Immature people think that I am very comfortable. I want more comforts. More comforts means more entanglement. Simple. As simple as that. But Krishna cannot cut one bondage. He can cut Yamapasha bandham, he can cut Bhavapasha bandham, he can cut Samasta bandham, but he cannot cut one bandham. Naivatmano bhakta kritam tu bandham. Bhakta kritam tu bandham. When you bind Krishna with the rope of your love, with the rope of your affection, Krishna has no ability to cut that. When will you bind Krishna with the rope of your affection? When you do Atma Nivedanam. Atma Nivedanam is the rope. Complete surrender to Krishna is the strongest rope or iron chain that can bind Krishna, that can shackle Krishna completely. You want to arrest Krishna? Anyone here? You want to bind Krishna? How many of you want to bind Krishna? Then how many of you want to do Atma Nivedanam? That's the way of binding Krishna. So when you bind Krishna, he cannot release himself from that bondage. When you surrender to Krishna, he will take away everything that you have. Means everything, anything unfavorable for bhakti, that he will take away. Anything that you don't need in your spiritual life, anything that is unfavorable for your bhakti, he will destroy all that. He will remove all obstacles in bhakti. He will remove all obstacles. He said, right, Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja. We discussed only 2 lines. There are 2 more lines. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami mashichaha. I will release you from all papa. When you surrender to Krishna, where is papa? Where is sin? No sin when you surrender to Krishna. Then what kind of papa Krishna is talking about? Any obstacles to surrender. When you have the intention to surrender, when you have the mood to surrender, if somebody is obstructing that surrender, Krishna will remove that obstacle. Simple. All we need is an intention to surrender. If your intention to surrender is strong, if your desire to surrender is strong, Krishna will remove all kinds of obstacles in surrender. He will facilitate our bhakti. Yogakshemam vahamyaham. In the Chaurashtakam only, Bilvamangal Thakur says, He says that Krishna can, what's the first sloka? How does it begin? Swarashtakam, first sloka. Vraje prasiddham. Vraje prasiddham navanita choram gopangananam chadukula choram aneka janmarjita papa choram chauragraganyam purusham namami. Aneka janma arjita papa choram. You must have accumulated so many sinful reactions from millions of lifetimes. Krishna can steal them away. And Sri Radhikaya hridayasya chauram navambudashyamala kanti chauram padashritanam cha samasta chauram chauragraganyam purusham namami. Padashritanam cha samasta chauram. Important line for Atma Nivedanam. Padashritana means one who has taken complete shelter of Krishna, one who has surrendered oneself completely to the lotus feet of Krishna. Such people are called Padashritanam. What does Krishna do? Padashritanam cha samasta chauram. When you take shelter of Krishna, when you surrender yourself to Krishna, He will take away every obstacle in your spiritual life. He will take away everything that is unfavorable to your bhakti. Therefore, let's surrender unto Krishna. Initially we have seen how to surrender. Now we are seeing why to surrender. Oh, we have to surrender to the time factor now. Time up. I didn't know, sorry. What's the time now? 6:40. Okay, we'll conclude here. These are some thoughts on Atma Nivedanam, complete surrender to Krishna. Thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Gauranga Darshan, for your wonderful talk. Before everybody leaves, I would request all of you to stay where you are. We have a quick announcement. Who's making the announcement? Yeah, we have an announcement about the Bud Pelican parade that happens every year. Government, you are making the announcement? Yeah. If you could come and make the announcement about this wonderful festival that is organized every year.
Thank you, brother. Hare Krishna. I have some prepared words here. I want to invite everyone, and Prabhu, thank you for your class this evening. It is so enlightening to realize that if we surrender to Krishna and believe and trust in Him, we will always be all right. He will take care of us. So here's an opportunity I'd like to share with you. There's a parade in Chicago called the Bud Pelican Parade. It's a back-to-school parade. It's one of the largest parades in North America. And what we do is we bring Lord Jagannath to the people, the south side of Chicago. So please mark your calendars for Saturday, August 8th. Join us for the second Rath Yatra of this year for us here in Chicago at the 97th Annual Bud Pelican Parade. Here in Chicago, we have one of the largest televised parades in the country and the privilege of bringing the largest deity of Lord Jagannath in the region to tens of thousands of people through kirtan, dancing, book distribution, and the chanting of the holy names. We've been doing this over 20 years now. And when we first started taking the holy name in Lord Jagannath to the south side, people would give us strange looks and wonder what we were doing. And now we can hear the people chanting back with us as we go down the boulevard. It's a mercy of Srila Prabhupada, Lord Chaitanya, Panchatattva. And we have a chance to be a part of that. The Bud Billiken Parade is a wonderful, family-friendly back-to-school celebration where families, children, teachers, community organizations, church, civic leaders, and people from every background come together. It is a unique opportunity to share Lord Jagannath's mercy and the joy of Krishna consciousness with thousands of open-hearted people. Just ask yourself, how did you become Krishna conscious? You got the mercy of a devotee. Somebody delivered Krishna to you, and you were receptive enough to be here today, still locked in loving Krishna. So we're calling on all devotees to please join us to help make this our most powerful Mahasankirtan. To make participation easy now, we're going to have a free bus transportation here from the temple. We're going to have delicious prasadam that will be served at the end of the parade. All you have to do is come and participate. The bus will pick you up, drop you off at the parade, and bring you back here. I don't know if we have the video. Do we have the video that we were talking about showing? No. Okay, well, next time we'll show you a video of how beautiful it is, this Sankirtan movement, when ordinary people actually dance and chant and are glad to see you. We've heard people tell us that we're the only real thing in the parade. And that's so true, because Krishna is what's real, Maya is the illusion. But we have to be, as Prabhu was talking, we have to be willing to engage in the devotional service. Prabhupada has laid the map out for us. Now we have to develop our shraddha. We have to have faith, explicit faith in the Lord. Not just some little faith, but all, everything, your whole being. So please join us and have the Sankirtan experience of your lifetime. There's no kirtan anywhere like what we do at the Bud Billiken Parade. You'll be floating at the end of it. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpa tarubhyascha, kripa sindhu vyaevacha, patitanam pavanebhyo, vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Hare Krishna. So we invite all of you for prasadam. After the prasadam, please come here. We're going to be having kirtan till 8 o'clock. The curtain closes. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare